Today we're discussing a sublease versus a direct lease for warehouse space. Hi everyone, Edison Vasquez at Comer. Hope everyone is doing well. When looking at spaces for lease, tenants can run into spaces for sublease. Both can be good options. It all depends on the business operation, the timing of the lease, and the investment needed for the space. Here's some more information that can help you make a decision at the time of looking at the options. Number one, what is the difference? A lease gives you a direct control of the space. It's a contract with the landlord that allows you to control the space for a certain amount of time. A sublease is a contract with a tenant who has an existing lease with the landlord, and the sublease will give you access to the space, either a portion of the space or all the space, for a certain amount of time under the terms of the tenant. So for a sublease can be good terms, specifically if you as a business are looking for a shorter term lease. If you're not looking for 3, 5, 7 or 10 year lease, a sublease can give you an opportunity to get a space for a shorter amount of term while your business grows or for overflow space. Also, the sublease can give you the opportunity of getting a better rate than what the tenant is paying for, or a better rate than with the market. Most likely tenants are willing to lease the space quickly for a lower rate and get the space leased. Direct lease, on the other hand, will give you full control of the space, allows you to make investments in the space. If you're a manufacturer, you need to make capital improvements in this. Having a direct lease will give you the advantage of making those improvements into the space and controlling that space for longer periods of time. A direct lease also offers the opportunity to negotiate more concessions, more tenant improvements directly from the landlord. A lot of tenants are not open or not and capable of offering you certain incentives to get into the space, so that might be a challenge in the sublease. Whereas in the direct lease, you might be able to get more tenant improvements from the landlord at the time of the negotiations. Also, one thing to keep in mind is on the subleases, if you do a sublease, you may not have control of the space 100%. So if something happens to the tenant, then the landlord might be able to remove you from the space. So that's something to keep in mind at the time of negotiating a sublease. So that's one reason a lot of companies don't like subleases, only just for shorter term or a better rate. If there's an opportunity to get a sublease at a shorter period of time, you might be able to negotiate a direct deal with the landlord. For example, if there's a 1 year or less left on the lease, the landlord might be willing to cancel that existing lease and sign a new lease with you with new terms and new negotiation and better concessions than the existing tenant. If not, if the landlord cannot cancel the lease and there's 1 or 2 years left on the lease, you might consider negotiating simultaneously at the same time a sublease with the existing tenant for the remaining term, and at the same time negotiate a lease with the landlord that will start as soon as the existing lease starts. So for example, if there's 2 years left on the lease, you sign a sublease for 2 years, and as soon as that sublease ends, you have a new lease with the existing landlord for a longer period of time. That gives you control of the space for longer periods of time and allows you to make investments into the space. So hope this helps. Our team is happy to help tenants in the lease negotiation and the search of warehouse space here in South Florida and throughout the country. You can visit our website, warehousesmarket.com, for more information and to check our latest listings. Thanks for watching and thanks for following us. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the latest videos on industrial real estate. You can follow us on social media on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can always visit our website, warehousesmarket.com, for all the information on industrial real estate and our latest listing. We look forward to hearing from you.